Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys my recap and thoughts on Kimetsu no Yaiba movie Mugen Resha Hen, or you could call it Demon Slayer's Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Train, whichever one that seems fitting for you. I just finished the movie recently today. You may be surprised, but yeah. You guys might be wondering, hold on, you watched Demon Slayers? Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course I did. If you want to... I watched it a long time ago. I didn't want to pick it up, but after hearing it from the community, I thought I might give it a shot, you know? And now just after finishing watching this movie, I gotta say, that was really amazing. Ufotable, you done a very good job, man. I cannot even wait. I can't wait until I see you freaking do the new season of Demon Slayers, you know? It's gonna be hectic, man. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to it, of course, if you guys watched Demon Slayers the first season, you will know it picks off where Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke enters the train. Eventually, they end up having to meet Rengoku-san, and they end up having a small talk with him. Tanjiro talks about him about the flaming dance that he did, you know, might be something that he might be familiar with, and we have to it that, that Rengoku did say a couple weird things at once. He says, I'm going to take you under my wing. All of you. You know, that kind of thing. And things kind of gotten a little, tense somewhere around the beginning where Rengoku and Inosuke and everyone else worked together to defeat two demons. But unfortunately, the real thing started when everyone entered a dreamlike state. And it's all thanks to the Lower Moon, who apparently is, in charge of that. It's like every ticket somehow got gets chipped, you know? When you're on a freaking train or some kind of transportation system, they want to check your ticket and put a hole in it to make sure you are there or you are in, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, that was kind of most likely a trap, and everyone entered a dreamlike state. Rengoku, Tanjiro, along with Zenitsu, Inosuke, with the exception of Nezuko, you know? Nezuko's in a freaking box right now, and eventually, Tanjiro and Zenitsu and Inosuke seem to be having happy dreams. Tanjiro seems to have a happy dream where, he's with his family, you know? Although, eventually, he was forced to wake up after realizing this is all a trap, you know? As for Rengoku and the others, there were a couple people who tied themselves to the dreams of those who were sleeping, like Rengoku, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, to find the spiritual core and destroy it. One of the girls apparently might have been choked out very badly. Well, not to a point where she is killed, but yeah. We get to know a little bit about Rengoku, you know? I mean, how he became a Hashira, and his father doesn't seem to care much about that. But he does care for his little brother here and there, you know? That was in a dreamlike state. As for Zenitsu, he seems to be having a wonderful time with Nezuko-chan, while Inosuke is the boss and having Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Nezuko following him as his minions, you know. It's really hilarious. It's freaking crazy hell. We get to know a little bit about their subconscious, you know. As for Rengoku, his spiritual core is surrounded by fire, you know. And as for Tanjiro, he's like a watery plain, you know? And it's really calm, nice, and warm. As for Inosuke, he's pretty much like a crazy wild animal boar who chases down a girl. As for Zenitsu, he apparently is like a black subconscious, and he chases down an enemy who ruined his dream, you know, that kind of thing. I'm like, what the hell? But as for Tanjiro, he was stuck in a dream for a while, and he knows that he can't go back because his family's really dead, you know? Even though he's really enjoying it, he realizes that he has to get the hell out. And eventually, the only way how to get out is to, take your own life in that dream. Although what could happen in reality, you might be doing the same thing, but you gotta do it, you know? And eventually, Tanjiro wakes up thanks to Nezuko, and he asks Nezuko to wake up the others, you know, that kind of thing. And we had to it that Tanjiro meets the lower demon, which I believe his name is, which I don't remember that freaking guy's lower demon's name, but Tanjiro ends up clashing against him, and it looks like to me he does struggle a bit against him, but he managed to cut off his head. But here's the real problem: that was not his real body. He incorporated his body into the entire train, you know, and that kind of thing. Eventually, thanks to Nezuko-chan, she manages to wake up Inosuke, and Inosuke manages to help team up with Tanjiro and help each other out to try to protect the passengers, you know? But unfortunately, things were still getting hectic here and there, but eventually Zenitsu will work with Nezuko-chan in order to like take care of that lower demon's part around the demon train. As for Rengoku, he orders like Tanjiro and Inosuke to go after the head. No matter how big the demon's body is, there's always a head, no matter what. And that is the truth. Eventually, thanks to Inosuke's sense as an animal and as a guy who is really strong, obviously, he ends up finding the head that's in the very, very far front of the train. Eventually, you know, there was a guy who apparently tried, as for the others who apparently tried to destroy the spiritual cores of Rengoku, Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Inosuke, those guys gotten taken care of. As for one guy, he couldn't destroy Tanjiro's spiritual core because it's so warm and nice, and that even though he has tuberculosis and he might die very soon, he decided to let him go. He just tells him, be careful, you know, that kind of thing. Forgot to mention that. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized, forgive me. But like I said, going back to Inosuke and Tanjiro working together, you know, one of the passenger train members tried to stab Inosuke, but Tanjiro took the blow and ends up having to work with Inosuke one more time, you know. And by that time, we have to it that Inosuke ends up having to cut through a shield of flesh, while Tanjiro ends up using his Hinokami Kagura dance move and ends up managing to cut the head off, like in the very far front of the train. Like there was a bone there. And we had to it, of course, like Tanjiro asked Inosuke after the train crash and all that to take care of the guy, you know, and everyone else. And Inosuke's like, that guy tried to kill you. What's the point? He says, please, just do this for me. And then Inosuke's like, fine, whatever. Because you asked me to do it, I'll do it just for you. And I'll pluck off every hair of that guy as payment for what he did. As for Tanjiro, he tried to control his breathing, you know, in order to survive, that kind of thing. So he could stop the bleeding or he could just try to survive. But Rengoku showed up in the nick of time and teaches Tanjiro to like how to like stop yourself from bleeding to death, you know, or like stop the wound from like spurting out blood, if anything, etc. Eventually, we have to it that thanks to Rengoku-san's teachings and Tanjiro learning really fast, he manages to stop the wound or sealed up the wound temporarily from bleeding out. But unfortunately, their victory was a little short because they get interrupted by another demon who tried to kill Tanjiro, who apparently was weakened. And Rengoku stopped that demon from like killing Tanjiro and says, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" And the guy says, "That guy is weak. It makes me sick. It makes me want to barf when I see him, you know." And Rengoku is like, "Hey, your business is with me now, okay?" Etc. And we get to know that this demon, he's an upper 3. And I mean upper 3. One of the top powerful demons right now currently. And we met a rank 3 upper demon. And this guy specializes in close hand-to-hand martial arts combat. And we had to it that Rengoku and him actually clash against each other, you know? And they seem to be really on par with each other. Like, they are really evened out. But, as you would know, and if I had to explain it clearly, as the fight continues on, the upper rank 3 demon will later on deal some devastating blows on Rengoku, you know? Due to the fact that we all know demons and humans are totally different, like, species, if anything. Their power is pretty much a little widened up. Like, the gap between them is a little far off. Because that demon, his regenerating powers are very fast. Like, you could cut off an arm, it'll just come back in an instant. That's his biggest advantage. Not to mention, him being in the being rank 3 of the upper demons, you know, it just shows a lot of how strong he is. He was on par with Rengoku. That much I can tell you. For the first like few minutes, he was able to like be on par with them. But eventually, he deals a couple blows where he smashed his left eye blind and then broke a couple ribs and then like etc. But Rengoku does not give up, as his spirit would not waver. You know. Eventually, he tries to finish this in one go. Like, he tried using multiple forms against him one last time before he could possibly like lose. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough, and the upper rank demon 3, he pierced his abdomen right with this fist. He offers Rengoku to like become a demon and says we can fight forever, you know, for eternity. He offered Rengoku multiple times to like to join him, be a demon, so we could fight forever, and you could like be amazing and strong, you know. And we get to know that this guy's also an analyst, you know. He tells Rengoku if he had a couple more years, you would have been very strong, you know, etc. But, you know, I guess Rengoku wasn't really at that level yet. But, like I said, going back to what I said, the upper rank, 3rd rank upper demon ends up piercing Rengoku. And Rengoku, he ends up, doesn't give up and ends up putting his sword right in the guy's neck, and he was so close to cutting it off, and he was holding him there too. He was trying to hold him until the sun rises so he could die, because no matter how strong you are, if you are a demon and you are exposed to sunlight, you disintegrate. It's game over. We have to it that Tanjiro goes after his sword and tells Inosuke to move, as this is their only chance to freaking like come in and end the upper 3rd rank demon. But unfortunately, the demon, who's really scared and he, in desperation, he gave up his arm and manages to break free from the sword that Rengoku put in his neck, and manages to like run away and escape right in the nick of time. Tanjiro ends up throwing the sword at him, calling him a coward and saying that you lost this battle and Rengoku won. We humans might be inferior beings, but we're very strong, you know, that kind of thing, as Tanjiro screams out in anger and cries because Rengoku is going to die. And that is concern, and that is already there in the fact. We had to it that Rengoku gives a couple words of encouragement to Tanjiro and to become a Hashira, you know. He even tells Tanjiro to go to the Rengoku residence and find something of some kind of flaming dance, you know. This might be something that might be connected to what you're looking for, you know. And then he later on like tells Tanjiro tells Tanjiro to send a message to his little brother and his father, you know. And we get to know that Rengoku, his mother, was a very kind woman, you know. She tells him to always use your strength and power to protect those who are vulnerable, who could be destroyed by evil, you know. Never use your power or strength for selfishness or for yourself all the time, or for yourself. Eventually, knowing that Rengoku is going to pass away, he takes a look at the image of his mother and she says, I'm proud of you. You've done your job. And therefore, Rengoku, finally at peace, dies and can only like be and Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu could only be grieving for him after all that he's did, you know. Even Tanjiro feeling so useless and remorseful, Inosuke tells Tanjiro not to give up, because right now, don't say you can't or can't do just because there's a wall, you know, that kind of thing. Although Inosuke tries to be strong, but Zenitsu says, hey, you're crying too. And then Inosuke freaking headbutts him and then ends up wailing his arms around in rage and grief because of what happened to Rengoku after seeing him fight, you know. And Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke can only wail or cry in great grief while Inosuke tries to hit Tanjiro, telling him, let's not give up, let's train, you know, etc., you know. It really was freaking like devastating, etc. And, you know, Nezuko's back in the box, you know, but yeah, and everything else. And Tanjiro can only like cry in grief knowing that Rengoku died fighting against a rank 3 upper demon. And we have to it that every Hashira gets the message of what happened, you know? Like, every Hashira pillar, like from the insect, from the love, to the stone, mist, etc. Even Giyu, water pillar, etc. You know, every Hashira ends up getting the message of what happened to Rengoku, you know? Even one of them says so. Looks like even he couldn't be a upper demon, you know, that kind of thing. And then we have to it that the Sanemi, who heard the news, ends up saying, I'm gonna kill every freaking demon out there, you hear me? I won't quit on that. As for the guy who's leading the demon corps, the demon slayer corps, or corps, he heard the message and says, not a single casualty, huh? Rengoku did me proud. I'm not sad. I'm very happy that he did what he needed to do. And therefore, we get to know that this guy, he doesn't have much time to live, and says, I'll be joining you soon. I'll be joining you soon, Kyojiro, etc. And the movie ends off with like Tanjiro having to cry in grief about what happened to Rengoku once more, and then the song being played by, being sung by Lisa. Dang, dude. Oh, man. They really did. Ufotable, man. I love you guys so much. You did a phenomenal job, dude. I can't believe you went this far out into the far out, man. I am so happy and proud to see how you went this far for Demon Slayers, you know? Oh, man. Part of me really wanted to cry. I did have some tears come out, but, you know, I couldn't cry fully because I don't know, man. Oh, man. Rengoku, man, you did a good job. You were kind of funny at the beginning where you were eating a lot, you know, but your power was really phenomenal. It's pretty sad that the freaking upper demon rank 3 ends up having to attack too early after that fight, you know? Even though Rengoku didn't use a lot of power, still. Dang it, man. And Rengoku was so close. He was this close to defeating the upper rank demon rank 3. He just needed to hold him there, but that guy manages to escape after like Inosuke and Tanjiro tries to go after him by giving up his arm and breaking off a sword, and he ends up escaping and going into the shadows. I'm like, this son of a... But I gotta say, that upper demon rank 3, his abilities is really crazy. Rank 3, man. I mean, that martial arts able to go part to part against Rengoku, man, that's really amazing. But, yeah, he is a demon, so there's always going to be a certain gap in between the freaking, like, you know, humans and demons, you know? Oh, man. It was a really phenomenal movie, you know? I mean, like, Ufotable, one of your few best works yet of when it comes to movies, you know, Heaven's Feel, and now the Demon Slayers movie, and then, you know, Garden of Sinners. Man, you rocking out, man. I can't wait to see you get the other season of Demon Slayers going, you know. It's gonna be good. That much is certain. I can't wait. Amazing movie, you know. I mean, pretty simple, you know, when it comes to shonen and power-ups, you know, that kind of thing, etc. But yeah. Hopefully, from what I read and heard about the news, you know, Season 2 is supposed to show up this year, you know? 2021. I don't know when, but I'm really looking forward to it. If anything else, like, guys, go watch the movie. And if you watch the recap without watching the movie, you're already spoiled anyway. So, yeah. Anyways, Rengoku, you'll always be remembered, man. You did a phenomenal job. I really wish... Dang. Someone had to say it, you know, about, like, a sad ending. And I'm like, really, dude? And, yeah. I'm glad to be back to the movies to watch an anime movie, you know, after how many months has passed ever since Heaven's Feel Part 3, you know, etc. So, yeah. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.